make both steel string and nylon string instruments, we'll probably, of course, have a majority of folks looking at the classical guitars that you build. Can you tell us a little bit about who your customers might be? Are you in a position to price guitars where there's a range of entry points for your instruments for, say, the college student who's looking for a new instrument, or the young professional who's ready to graduate onto a new instrument?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. Brandon Ackerman once said that, the $500 guitar is hard to play. The $1,500 guitar is kind of acceptable, and the $5,000 guitar is like a really good instrument. After that, it's just extra. And I don't know if that's completely true, but I think there's some truth to that. And we don't want our guitars to be over the $5,000 mark. We want them to be less than that because we want people to play them. And we do custom instruments, but we also do, the instruments that we'll bring. And we've sold mostly pre-made instruments, but once in a while, like this year earlier, we made an instrument for Storm Tucker, who's a left-handed guitarist, and he'd never had a dedicated left-handed classical guitar. And so we made one that was a copy essentially of this very dark topped guitar that's in the back there. It's a Renaissance cedar. It's a 700-year-old cedar that had been harvested from Vancouver Island. And it's interesting because it has just exceptional tonal properties. And I'll be bringing a couple guitars with that very rare top. Mostly cedar, but a couple of spruce tops. I have a very interesting guitar that is cherry, and cherry wood is surprisingly good for guitars. And it has what's called a pencil or an incense cedar top. And incense cedar is the cedar used for pencils. And it's not rare at all, but all the stands of this wood are owned by the pencil company. So it's very hard for luthiers to get a hold of it.
Yeah,
and
sure.
A guy in Portland sent me a few sets of it. It turns out it's a phenomenal wood for guitars. I have no idea why we don't use it more.
Interesting. Wow.
So I'll bring that as well.
Yeah. So these are going to be some instruments that folks want to try out. We'll have some rooms to go and get away from the bustle of all of the festival and everything for everyone to try the instruments.
Yeah, and we like to support students. So generally, when we go to a festival like this, we put a discount on the guitars for people who are needing a little bit of extra boost into a better instrument.
Do you have any particular aspect of your guitars or your building that might identify, aside from this great outlook on sustainable building, what about the bracing or the structure or design or sound qualities of your instruments might stand out as a Northwoods guitar?
I think they will stand out to people, but part of that is because I've had very good training along the way. And I put a lot of effort into the soundboards in terms of the sound quality. That is 100% to me the most important thing. That and playability, of course. But playability is a variable because people like high action, low action, whatever.
Sure.
But so I've tried some interesting woods in that regard, but I also have started to incorporate, let me grab a guitar so I can show you. Here's what I would say a quasi flamenco guitar that I'll bring. And this guitar has the pegs in the back, right?
Right.
But those are mechanical pegs. They're not the friction pegs.
Interesting. Okay.
Right, because a lot of several flamenco guitarists that I've met have said, don't use the friction pegs. We don't like those anymore. And was actually saying it to a flamenco maker who they're saying, you need to refit this guitar with those pegs because nobody wants to play with those anymore.
Gotcha. Hard to tune.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
This is a great example though, because this guitar is Monterey cypress on the back and sides with an Alaskan yellow cedar top. But what's interesting about this top is it's a single piece. It's not joined like most guitars.
Yeah. Oh,
so it's
wow.
a very rare piece of wood.
Yeah.
But there was a salvaged piece of wood I was able to find. And the sound is very unique. I would call it a bossa nova guitar. I wouldn't call it a true flamenco because the action's not quite that low. It's not raspy and all that. Also has really good sustain, which isn't very typical of some flamenco guitars.
Well, so Paul and Took, we're going to see you in just over a month, and we're going to have you know, a little bit of time to take a look at your website between now and then. And I hope all of those who are planning to attend the festival will get a chance to stop by and visit your table. And those who might be too far away can take a look at your website and get in touch with you. Maybe take a trip up to Idaho and see you there at your workshop, or maybe
Absolutely,
another
yeah.
festival out
That's
west.
a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a spade. That's
It's great. Wonderful. Well, it's been so great talking to both of you. Is there anything we haven't talked about yet that you want to remind the viewers to take a look at or to watch out for in the coming weeks?
well,
Just wish us luck getting these last guitars ready for the festival.
yes.
There we go. We will.
Yeah.
And I just saw your workshop dog mascot back there getting ready for the workday with you all. Great.
He is.
Well, it's good. It's good talking to you all, and thank you so much, Paul and Took of Northwoods Luthiers, for joining us. And we look forward to seeing you very soon.
Thanks. We'll
Thank
see you
you.
soon.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, absolutely.